That and respect. Just so much issues come up with. Yeah, exactly. Safe spaces. I mean, like, I know what it was supposed to be, but now it's synonymous with being like an ultra PC zone. Like, that's just what's associated with it. Bottom line, you know. All right, let's see if there's anything else around. I mean, I have a feeling there isn't, but let's see if there's anything else around the giant stone monolith. When I say respect, it's like, you know, people need to talk and converse, and if you're yelling at somebody about how you're right, then they don't want to listen. And, you know, the biggest issue is not what somebody says, but how you say it. At least that's how the moniker goes. Moniker? I'm not sure if that's the right word. Oh, shit. I don't remember which way it was. Left, up, and then... left again? No, up again. There you go, mushroom bounce. Like, out here you have a lot of people who are conservative and very close-minded, and, you know, you talk to them about even homosexuality and people get worked up. And, you know, if somebody doesn't want to listen to somebody about that, that's fine. Or if somebody doesn't want to believe that, if they feel it's not okay, and I mean, that's just the way they feel, right? But anything you want to talk about from somebody's sexuality to their sports team preferences, you know, even if it's something as simple as bringing up, you know, why it isn't a big deal for somebody to be homosexual. If you blow up at somebody and say, you know, you're an asshole and that's not right, they aren't going to listen to you. They're going to lose respect for you, and they're going to walk away, think you're an idiot. Oh, I'm not saying they have rights to dictate somebody's life. I'm just talking about opinions at this point. If you start, you know, again, putting your fingers in somebody else's business, that's a different story. My point is, like, you know, people that get worked up about, you know, how certain things are represented or portrayed, or how it's silly and back in my day and whatever. Okay, you know what? That's fine. You think that way, or that person thinks that way, and the only way you're going to convince them otherwise is to actually talk to them and say, hey, you know, I understand that this is how you feel, but maybe you'll want to, you know, hear the whole story, or get to know some of these people before you judge them. If you just walk up and say, you're an asshole because you feel that way, they are not going to listen. You know, maybe you talk to them and you at least get them thinking a little differently, or considering that not everybody who is homosexual at some point is the devil. Maybe you don't. But they won't listen to you in the first place if you attack them. If you try to have a conversation. No, and that's a thing that happens, is people get worked up and say that it's wrong, and I mean, all I'm getting at is the whole concept of, like, the social justice warriors. Like, that's exactly it. Like, I guess warriors isn't correct. To me, it's more like, it isn't social justice, it's social vengeance. It's like attacking people. If you attack somebody and say, you're an idiot, you're wrong, you're a monster, you're a Nazi, they hate you. And their immediate reaction is, well, if you're going to treat me like that, I'm going to treat you like that. And then no progress is made. But if somebody starts making comments about, some guy dressing in drag and, fucking faggot, and you say, oh, wait, no, hold on. That's not right. That's not okay. Their sexuality has nothing to do with their attire. You'll have this moment of confusion. Maybe the person won't listen to you. Maybe they're just a straight-up asshole. But if they're a friend of yours, if they're somebody you know, they'll probably go, well, wait a minute, what are you talking about? And, you start explaining the difference between what it means to associate with a specific gender and how somebody is attracted to a different person. The same way that Eddie Izzard covers, a man might want to be pretty, but that doesn't mean he wants to suck dick. Yeah, well, but it's all about respect, Even if somebody else is being disrespectful, you need to turn the cheek and be the first one to try and bridge that gap. Because you can have somebody who you can have somebody call another person a snowflake, and then feelings are hurt and it all just falls apart. Or you can have somebody make that comment and whoever's hurt by it goes, well, you don't understand. No, help them to understand. There's a whole comedy routine by Patton Oswalt regarding this issue. It's all communication. And the fact that people don't do that, and the reason they don't do that is no respect. They fly so quickly to hurt one another and go, well, you just don't like me, or you don't like... No. It's more a matter of understanding. And I was going, if somebody says something, if somebody might be specifically hurtful, or they might make an absent-minded comment, and instead of somebody who is interested in, personal rights, flying off the handle and going like, you're a bad person, you stop and you say, hey, do you understand what you're saying? And that really goes and puts everything... I don't know. Okay, so the green poofs kill you too. Got it. Some people are never going to change, or never going to listen, and that, that's that. So what? Fucking don't worry about it. But for those that might, or that might actually pay mind, you can't meet somebody with hostility, even if that's the way they're acting, because if you do, they'll never listen to you, they'll never talk. Even if they know you and they're your friend, your words on that topic from either side will carry no weight, because they'll view it as just the same rhetoric as everything else, and it won't. So what's the difference between the red and the green? I mean, okay, the spores obviously are supposed to be psychedelics, which is funny. The red one's just meant to tell you which way it's facing, I guess. Tentacle plant boss. Well, not only that, it's like, you have to have some level of tolerance, even of these things that are absolutely backwards and stupid, because once you start censoring any sort of, message, even hatred, then it means that, like, you can go ahead and discount anything. And it's like, no, all messages have to go through, otherwise you go and you can go and filter whatever you want, which is the exact opposite of, like, an open-minded society where people actually think for themselves. It's always better, and I understand how people get worked up and you feel this level of anger, because it's like you may even yourself feel, wrong. Like me, I feel bad being a member of society with people that are this I don't even know if it's mentally broken or just dumb or whatever, but even if I don't like them, I can't condone some like you said, acts of violence, because unless they're actively hurting somebody and you're protecting them or yourself, then it doesn't matter. Seaweed makes some of these crackers stringy. Or makes them feel stringy because of the fibrous tissue. Roll right into that, sure. That'll work. Those thorny vines move so quickly. It's hard to even keep up in the first place. I guess I should be rolling more or maneuvering closer to the center than along the edges. That would probably help a lot. Yeah, that's a good point. It's like there was somebody I know researches and writes about different historical events. Mostly it's about World War II. And right now he's doing research on this this one journal that this doctor kept during the time. And I'm trying to remember exactly how this went. I might be getting it backwards. But there was this German general who was fighting on the Russian front. And he was gung-ho and die-hard and just like, all these Russians are trash.